Hey.
Hey.
Back again.
I feel like I just want to laugh every time we start a new episode just because I'm having so much fun.
Oh, I
Like,
love it.
it's just joy.
It is fun.
Yeah. See? You did
Oh, I
too.
have.
It's catching. So today we're going to talk about some fun stuff,
Mm-hmm.
some businessy stuff,
Yes.
one of our favorite subjects. And I think this is going to be a good episode for anybody listening, just anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to seem businessy at first,
Right.
but we're talking about negotiation.
Yes. Something
And
we all deal with
yeah,
every day.
if you don't realize it, then that's unfortunate. You're probably not having as much success as you should
That's true.
because you are in negotiations every single day
Yeah.
of your life.
Yes.
So
Very true.
it's definitely something that you should know is happening
Mm-hmm.
and know how to do and get better at it.
Yes.
Right?
I love it.
So
Got some good ones on this.
Yeah, when we were talking about this, you're like, "Oh, this is going to be your favorite."
Mm-hmm. I knew. I was like, oh, this is right up your alley, girl.
Yeah. So before we get too much into, the nitty-gritty of negotiating, let's talk about our week. How was your week? Do you have a Lux moment that you want to share with us?
You know what? My week has been good. I would say, you know what? I had a Lux moment, but it was kind of indirect.
Mm-hmm.
So, my youngest, she's been working at a fast food place for the last, 2 years now? A year
Oh,
and a half,
wow.
2 hours, 2 years, something like that. And anyway, this summer, she hasn't been working as many hours, and she's been like working in the business for me,
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of stuff that I needed help with. And I guess she didn't tell this to me directly, but Daniel, he told me, he goes, Alexis was asking me earlier, like, do you think that Mur, that's what the kids call me,
Mm-hmm.
Mur, do you think that Mur would let me, like, work for her again like I did when I was younger? I was just so younger and I didn't understand, like, the importance, but
How
now,
to appreciate
and
it.
how to appreciate. And she was
Mm.
like, but now I do. And he told me that, and I'm like, you know,
Making her worked.
yes,
It really gives
it
perspective.
does. And so
I
that
shouldn't
was
say
my,
making her, but
well, I mean, I thought it was good that I
yeah.
said, because the girls did work for me for a little bit. They were young and they did like the age appropriate things.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? When you're in a privileged household and you got parents that own their own business and you don't get it. And
Mm-mm.
so we knew, like, okay, they ain't working for us anymore. They need to go work for somebody else
Mm-hmm.
and see what it's really like. And I
We've experienced that too
exactly.
with Will when he was younger, and yeah, they come back.
Yeah. And it really goes hand in hand with the negotiation thing too, because all you're
100%.
doing is freaking negotiating with these kids. And this is a negotiation that doesn't need to happen. Like, I am the boss. What I say goes. There is no
You're not in a
negotiation.
position to negotiate.
Yeah. Go negotiate at Chick-fil-A.
I have all the cards.
So, but that was my Lex moment. I thought it was really sweet, and it made me feel really good
Yes.
that your kid would want to work with you.
Yes.
So that was
I'm
my
so
Lex
happy.
moment. Yeah, it was sweet.
I can't wait to hear how it pans out,
Mm-hmm.
and how it goes. I'm sure. I'm assuming your answer to that will be somewhat of a yes, even if it takes time to
To come to full
fruition.
I
Mhm.
told her last night I had a class. I said, "Do you want to sit in and teach this class with me?" She sat right next to me last night for a 2-hour
Aw.
class. She took notes. I was like, "Yes, please take over my job."
Right. I can tell you right now, out of all of these kids, I mean, Alexis, for sure, Alexis and Ben, talking about negotiation. Like,
Uh-huh.
they know how to negotiate
Oh yeah.
with us, with
Mhm.
what, they know how to get what they want. And
That is for
I
sure.
think they can sell. Like, you know what I mean?
They've got it.
They got it.
They got that it factor for
Maybe
sure.
it's a maybe of like a birth order. I don't know. I'm all about this birth order
Me
stuff.
too.
It makes a huge
It
impact on
does.
have conversations, how you interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It might be that they're the babies. They're very outgoing. They're,
which I think we're pretty good negotiators, and we're not babies of the family. So,
yeah, that's true.
mm, maybe we just
Maybe they
strong arm
just,
people into doing what we want because we're firstborns.
maybe. That's funny.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's a great topic we're going to cover.
Yeah.
I love that Lux moment, and it does make you feel, you can have all the success in the world and impress all types of colleagues
Mm-hmm.
and people that you admire, end up being proud of you
Mm-hmm.
and give you a pat on the back, and that's all good and well and fine. But when our people who are the closest to us actually, give us that validation, it definitely hits home in a different way. So
Mm-hmm. For sure.
that's
It
super
was really
Lux.
sweet.
Oh, I love it. So today we're going to be diving in, and I'm looking at my notes here because I just don't want to forget anything. This when I get on subjects that I really like, I feel like I can just like boom, just start
Yeah.
talking for 50. So
Right.
I'm using my notes to
That's
keep us
okay.
on track. So we're gonna talk about especially the importance of negotiation skills for women.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think before we started this, we actually had a brief conversation with Joe.
Yep.
He was like, "We'll just have to say what he said because it's funny and it's true. And if there's some guys listening, they will agree.
Appreciate it.
If
Yep.
they don't agree, then it's probably because they didn't know this. That women are very good negotiators,
Mm-hmm.
like very good. Oftentimes, maybe better than men. And he was like, women are so good at negotiating, they are winning the game that the man doesn't even know is being played.
Yep. Yep. That's
Right?
hilarious. That's
Like
so
he
true, though.
didn't know there was a negotiation going on,
Yeah.
and he just lost it.
So funny.
So, nothing bad on the guys. I know some very tough negotiators who are
Men.
men.
Mm-hmm.
I know some who are women. And I think that a lot of it has to do with your personality,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely a skill that you can learn just like anything
Right.
else.
Yeah.
And so some people come by it naturally, but for the ones who don't, there
Yeah.
are skills.
You can learn it.
We were talking about resources earlier, which we'll get to some, but yeah, we definitely like everything to do with sales and negotiating in
Yeah.
this house.
Yeah.
Joe and I, we went when we first got together. We would literally sit like on a road trip in the car and role play,
Oh, I remember you
negotiate.
telling me
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like sales
Sales
things and all of
skills
the
and
things.
yeah, sales strategies, and we would role play like scripted conversations,
That's so
and
good.
yeah, it was fun. It was kind of like our little hobby back in the day. So it's good stuff. If you want to be good at anything, you have to practice it.
Practice. Right.
And I'll never forget. I heard this. You've always heard the phrase "practice makes perfect,"
Mm-hmm.
but that's not really true because if you're
Right.
practicing it incorrectly,
Mm-hmm.
I know Daniel is a golfer, and if you're
Yeah.
practicing an incorrect swing,
Yeah.
you're giving that muscle memory to do it incorrectly.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So we need perfect practice to make perfect.
It's good.
So practice it the right way
Mm-hmm.
and you can perfect the skill.
Yeah.
So I feel like negotiation is definitely one of those things that, again, some people just have a nature to, like Ben and Alexis, to
Mm-hmm.
just haggle it out with you
Yeah.
because they're stubborn and they want to get what they want to get. And it's natural for them.
Yeah.
But other people, it's not an impossible skill to learn. It's a
Yeah.
communication skill is really all it is.
Right. Yeah.
It's an art, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have anything that comes to mind that you want to share when it comes to women in negotiating settings? Like, is there a certain example that comes to mind that you have maybe recently had or somewhere in your entrepreneurial journey that you're like, yeah, that was definitely like a shining negotiation moment that I had, or maybe one that was done on you that
Oh yeah, I
you
didn't think
weren't the
about that.
winner of.
That's true. I actually have several that like have come to mind. I have one where I somebody was negotiating with me and
Mm-hmm.
they came finally to a deal that I was willing to do, and I was like, okay, we can do that. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just with a team member on my team. And then most recently, this kind of borderlines on the negotiation, but this is so crazy. So we're going out of town soon, and I ordered um our hotel
Mm-hmm.
from a third party site. Now this is a third party site I had never heard of,
Mm-hmm.
never used, but girl, the rental rates were 50%
Mm-hmm.
from everywhere else, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this a scam?"
I'm
You
gonna
know what I
take the
mean?
risk.
I'm like, "Oh, is this a scam? I don't want to be scammed, but 50% off from this nice hotel." So I read like the reviews on Reddit and stuff, and people were like, basically, the gist was, no, it's not a scam, but if you stay at a higher end hotel, there's a risk that they won't have the confirmation won't go through. I said I'm gonna risk it and I'm gonna try it. So I bought it. I waited about 24 hours and then I called the third party, or I called the actual hotel, not the
Mm-hmm.
third party. Hey, I made a reservation through this third party site. Do y'all have my confirmation number? They don't have it. And the lady's like, no, there's nothing in here. And I'm like, dang it, the freaking reviews were right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I email the third party company, uh, where's my confirmation? Like you all gave me your confirmation number, but where's the one from the hotel? They're saying they don't have it. So this went on for literally like 4 days. And I finally was like, okay, you're about to give me a refund
Mm-hmm.
because there's no reservation here.
Mm-hmm.
I just stayed on them. And yesterday, they were like, "You have a reservation, just call the hotel." And I'm like, "I've already done this like 3 times and talked to 3 different people and there was none."
Mm-hmm.
I called one last time yesterday and my reservation was in there. And I was like, "Oh, thank God." Because it's a lot cheaper than what you normally would pay. And so if I had just listened to the reviews, if I had just been like, all right, refund my money, I'm not calling back, not dealing with it,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes it's easier just to like forget it and like whatever.
Right.
I was like, no, I want this
Well,
hotel room and I want it cheap.
and the fact, I mean, I don't think it's outside of the question to think that you didn't actually have a reservation at that hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And being the squeaky wheel,
Yes.
you got the oil and they got it done.
They got it done.
And so I know that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm never opposed to being the squeaky wheel, honey. Squeak, squeak.
Really?
Just
Yeah.
call me a little chipmunk because I'll be squeaking.
Seriously, a rubber ducky.
Yeah.
But seriously, it was like, okay, was that Alexa's moment? Was that what you asked me? Was that no? That was just a regular question.
Yeah, you're like
That's that's my answer.
Yes.
I was so happy about that, but
awesome.
that is not like that wasn't a business deal or anything, but it was still negotiation because negotiation happens on every level.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I have a similar example also with a rental. I did it was through a rental company, like a vacation home rental in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the beach house that we rented and it was great. Like it was a good price. I had some specific dates.
Mm-hmm.
And with a lot of those it's like Saturday to Saturday or Sunday to Sunday.
Right.
And hey, we don't care if you're not coming until Monday, but this is the rate. Yeah. For the 7 days. Yeah. And so they were flexible with the days because we were only going to be there 6 days. And well, why would I want to pay for 7 if I'm going to be there for 6? Mm-hmm. So I was happy about that. And everything was great. It slept everybody that we needed to have there. We had 15 people. So all of that was good. And we got there. It was beautiful. It was right on the beach, right on the sand. Everything the way we imagined. We bought groceries. Mm-hmm. I mean, 15 people. I am not going out to eat.
Oh, that's a
with
lot of money.
15 people, not even just the money, but just the weight. Like, that is not lux to go take 15 people to a restaurant for dinner every night in a touristy place. Like,
nothing about that is lux.
Please just let me cook. Like, please. Mm-hmm. So, we got groceries, and we noticed the appliances, everything in the kitchen looked new and nice and up to my standard.
Yeah.
But we noticed the fridge felt like a little, it was cold, but it wasn't like cold. And so I'm like, we put everything in. Everything was fine. But again, we just felt like for a couple of days, it just wasn't that cold. We looked for the thermostat to like turn the temperature down. It was down as low as we could set it. But it wasn't a big enough deal that we thought much about it. So after a couple of days, we were going to use the grill. There was a grill and we're going to cook out. And I'm like, I thought it was something was smelling not right. And I look at these steaks and I'm like, you know what? This is not right. I just don't think this fridge has been cold enough. And I literally am not comfortable like cooking this meat. And so I reached out. I emailed and I was like, look, this was X amount of steaks that we bought. Here's the dollar amount. I am tossing these and I am going to repurchase and put them straight on the grill.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to offer me a discount on my next rental because I don't know if I'm renting from you again. I don't always come to Florida and get beach houses for 15 people.
Yeah.
That really does not mitigate the cash money that was wasted on these steaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I will take. Then the lady emailed back and said, thank you for letting me know. And, everything else besides this meat, we didn't have like a lot of meat. It was, drinks and stuff mostly. And so it was fine. But I just didn't feel comfortable with the steaks. So she says back to me in an email, thank you for letting me know, we'll get somebody over to check out the fridge. And if there's anything else I can do, let me know. And I'm like, yeah, you can do the first thing that I said, which is reimburse me for the cost of the steaks that I threw in the trash.
Yeah.
Like, there's not anything else you can do. You can just do the first thing that I said.
She didn't even address it.
Yeah. So I immediately, I guess call me Karen. Look, my mom's name is Karen, so Karen Jr. over here.
Not my mom's name is Karen,
clicking away.
Girl, you are funny.
No, honey. We will take the reimbursement for the steaks. And I don't come to Florida all the time. I don't want a discount. I don't want an extra rent. I want a Visa gift card that I can use for whatever I want when I get home for the amount of those steaks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let me know when you've mailed it to my address. Here's my address.
You didn't even give her a chance to say no. There's a negotiation tip.
Boom. Yeah. Assumptive close, right?
Yes.
It's assumptive. You just, this is what is happening.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be rude. I wasn't rude at all.
Yeah.
Not rude one bit. I was very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not blunt, I guess blunt, but just very matter of fact, and that is a very big key to negotiation. There are lots of emotions involved, even if it is just over a couple $100 for some steaks. Some people might say, well, that wasn't worth mentioning. You're spending thousands of dollars on a trip. I'm sorry. Do you know why I have money? Because I don't waste money.
Say that again.
Okay? Yes, I can make $200 in 5 minutes. But that was my 5 minutes.
Right.
That paid for those steaks. I want it back. My time.
Yeah.
I have a certain amount of time when I came out of Karen's womb. And it is counting down. Okay?
That's freaking hilarious.
It is counting down. It is not growing.
Yeah.
It is diminishing. Okay? Yeah. My dad died when he was 26. My stepdad died when he was 52. I'm 41. My time is going down. I'm not wasting my 5 minutes to throw them steaks in the garbage. And you can call me cheap if you want to.
You know what this is giving.
What?
Don't let somebody making $19 an hour
Control your life.
Inside joke, y'all. Girl, that is funny.
I am not doing it. And I know we're laughing at me right now. You got some social media, some videos out there. I will never, ever stop laughing at the video of Alexis.
Which one?
And she's like, this is my mom shopping in TJ Maxx. And she picks up a candle and she goes,
no.
will never stop laughing. I'm
Literally me.
breaking stuff. But that's why we have what we have.
Right.
Okay? No, you shouldn't be stressing about small amounts of money. That's not the point. Obviously, that's not Lux either.
Right.
But it's not about stress. But you have not because you ask not. Okay?
Yeah.
This lady literally, after her, and Joe even said it, he said it last time we were talking about negotiation, a lot of times it's like the third counter that wins. I say something, you counter back, I counter back, that's where we land.
Yeah.
I said I want my steaks paid for. She acted like she didn't hear me. She went deaf. That's a negotiation tactic. She knew what she was doing. She went deaf on what I asked for. She completely disregarded it like I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people would have took that and threw their steaks away and wasted their however long it took them to make $200.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the third negotiation is usually the one that wins. So I said, no, I'll take my Visa gift card. Here's my address. And so there's all kinds of negotiations going on, and it's not about being stressed out. I mean, I actually enjoy it. Like, it's actually exciting to me. Like, I find it as a hobby. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
some people do not like conflict, and they
Right.
view negotiation as conflict.
Yeah.
And so it seems stressful to them, and they will just avoid. Okay, Joe's dad is like that. Billy Joe, if you're listening, Billy Joe, I love you, but you know it's true. Like, he will just eat a sandwich that is literally not what he wanted, and he's paid $10 for it, and he hates everything on it, but he'll eat it before he's going to go and ask them to fix what he ordered and paid for. And it's because it's just not worth it to him, the stress. If you're like that, I mean,
there are people like that.
Good for you, but
I'm not like
me.
that. I think the same way. Like, do you know what it took? Like you said, that
I had to take time away from my family.
Yes.
I could have been sleeping for those 5 minutes. Like, do you see these bags under my eyes? Like, I needed that beauty sleep. And I got up and I worked to make that money. And you're going to give it back to me.
I want my sprinkles on my Oreo Blizzard.
I know there's cookies in there already. I want the sprinkles.
Literally.
And I think that sometimes, I mean, honestly, Joe, when we first got together, because I'm just not afraid to ask what
you want. Yeah.
And there's a total difference in being rude and snarky.
Right.
Oh, I don't like that. Don't be rude. Do not take what we're saying and say, oh, well, Candace and Mercedes said, go be a Karen everywhere.
We're not rude people.
No. Absolutely not. But I'm not afraid to ask for what I feel like I deserve in whatever exchange I'm having. And so Joe, you know, when we first got together, I mean, he would negotiate over big purchases, cars, real estate, things like that. But over just everyday things, you know, probably because growing up with his dad, again, Billy Joe is just very not confrontational. He's very chill, and he just doesn't see the point in getting all up in the air over things like that. So I'm sure that had some impact on Joe as a younger guy. And I mean, he would just like, you know, order something at a restaurant, and it's just completely not something that I like won't even eat.
Right.
It's not like we went to Chick-fil-A and they gave me a chicken sandwich instead of nuggets, and like, well, come on, just eat the sandwich. Chick-fil-A knows what's best. Okay. If they gave it to you, that's what you need to eat today.
That's funny.
Sorry, everybody knows I'm a Chick-fil-A.
I know. How many points do you have saved up?
My secret. I don't save up as much as people think because I redeem them so quickly. So,
because I was like, I know you have points.
Of course.
But that's funny. Okay.
So anyway, my point is that he would kind of get like, you know, start sweating and getting hot under the collar. But I think that he even realized watching me, like, you can ask for what is right and what you deserve and speak up for yourself and have what's fair.
Yes.
And not be rude and not have a conflict and not have a negative experience. Negotiation does not have to be a negative experience. Whether it's over a sandwich or some steaks or a hotel rental or a car, it doesn't have to be. I mean, we've done some big negotiations. We're talking about small.
Right.
You know, I know you went through a merger, like
Mhm.
you acquired another business last year.
Mhm.
We have sold a business in the last few years, and we're talking about,
Yeah.
we're talking about seven figures
Yeah.
numbers that, um, so it doesn't matter if it's seven figures or sandwich. The
Mhm.
skill set is the same. So,
Yeah.
anyway, what do you think is the significance for women in negotiation? I know I made a joke earlier about Joe saying there's there's a game being played that some guys don't even know. It
Yeah.
in relationships, in life, in sales, whatever. I do think that women are strong negotiators.
Mhm.
So, as women in business or leadership, what do you think is the why do you think that it is pivotal for us to learn negotiation skills?
I think we need them in everyday life. I mean, down to when our kids are little and we're negotiating what they are going to wear for the day.
Come on.
I don't know with boys if you went through that, like,
But it was very stressful.
yeah, like that. That's a whole thing. So like,
No, you cannot wear your gi from Taekwondo
that's
to
hilarious.
school.
Yeah.
No, you cannot. I'm sorry.
So like negotiate, you need those skills in every area of your life. We use them with our kids. We use them with our spouse. We use them with the person at the grocery store or wherever, the restaurant. Um, we need those skills. It's not, I don't know. When you think of negotiation, I think maybe sometimes people put it in a box and they're not thinking about like all the ways that we negotiate and that it is needed as women not to get what we want because we're like manipulative
Come on.
and conniving because
That's such a point.
some women do use their womanhood
Their charms.
and all of that stuff to get what they want. That's demonic. That we don't do that kind of stuff.
Jezebel.
That's Jezebel type stuff. We don't do that.
No.
But there are things in life we deserve.
Mhm.
Like if you ordered something, you deserve to get it right,
Yeah.
especially if you're paying for it or whatever. So there are things that we deserve and that we need to have these skills in order to make sure that we get what we get what we want.
I agree. I think it's very important to highlight that and I know some men that are connivers and,
Yeah.
they'll manipulate too, especially men that know that women are emotional beings and they use their emotions against them.
Yeah.
And it's manipulation.
Yeah.
That's
We're not about that life.
a spirit. That's not looks.
That's not Lux, honey.
So, yeah, we don't do that, and we don't put up with that. And I think that it's good to be able to know the difference. And so, how you can know the difference is to study. I mean, that is the bottom line. I think some people I've had a lot of younger women ask me I guess it's showing that I'm getting older because younger women are asking me like, oh, all the things that you've accomplished, like, how did you how are you able to accomplish these things? And if I'm trying to get on a path where I can have a successful career or a successful business like you have done, and break chains and break molds off of maybe they're the first generation in their family to do that. It's starting to happen a lot, which is making me feel really old. But one of the things that I have always given in an answer to that type of question is you can do anything that you set your mind to.
Oh yeah.
You have to study it though.
Yeah.
It's not just going to fall in your lap because because we've talked about mindset.
Right.
It was our last episode. We talked about mindset. But I don't believe in this just manifestation stuff, okay?
Can we talk about that?
Let me just I am a Christian. I am a faith person.
Yeah.
But I am not name it, claim it, put a picture frame on it. Listen, faith has its place. Mindset has its place. Positive language
has its place. Right.
We have the power of life and death in our tongue.
Yes.
They all have their place. But at the end of the day, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, and God the Father are not going to come down here, open your mouth for you, and negotiate for you, make business deals for you in our lives in these ways is through opportunities.
You better come on, girl.
If we have not done the preparation and studied to show ourselves approved, we're not going to be prepared in the moment to seize those opportunities when they come our way.
Yeah.
So, yes, girl, dream it, believe it, speak it, all the things. But you ain't just going to sit here and manifest a successful business into your life.
Yeah.
You're going to go and get an old tape series like I did that was probably older than me when I listened to it.
Right.
Of some boring guy, some boring old white guy in a button-down shirt telling you about the flinch and the assumptive close and the Benjamin Franklin and all of these techniques. And you're going to listen and you're going to read and then you're going to sit down with your boyfriend and you're going to role play.
Yes.
And you're going to practice it on your girlfriends and you're going to practice it when somebody comes to your door trying to sell something door to door and you don't want it, but oh, I see this as an opportunity for me to perfect practice to make perfect my skill. And that is how you become successful at not just negotiation, but business.
Yes.
At life, at relationships, at communication, at parenting, and outsmarting your 3-year-old that's literally got you tied up like a pretzel so they can have their way.
Yes.
Right? This is work. This is how we achieve these things. It's work.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, that was a whole little rant.
No,
I
but
need to take a drink.
No, but it was good.
Let me get a sip.
No, that was good because you brought up some good points about practicing, perfect practice, of course, but like the preparation meets opportunity. I can't tell people, like, that is so true, especially in business. Listen, you've seen me when I had the babysitting business. You've seen me when I had iShop and like consistency. It didn't matter. Like, I stayed consistent. And so when that opportunity came, you know, that big opportunity that literally blew us up to where I literally
changed everything.
I was ready.
That's right.
My systems, you know, everything, my funnels were in place. Like, everything was, I knew how to sell. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, it didn't happen by accident. You know, when you can have the opportunity without preparation, you have nothing. You can have preparation without the opportunity, you still don't got nothing. The two have to intersect.
That's right.
And so I think that's really good in everything that we have done up to this point. I was just telling whoever it was yesterday at my house, like, how I can look back, and I'm not going to tell this on a podcast just because I like to keep my marketing tactics a secret, but something that we all used to do to market. I was sitting a few months ago, how can we do something different? What is everybody not doing? And the Holy Spirit's just like, what was your job at 16? And I'm like, oh, I used to work at the mortgage company and every day we would do this thing. Okay, what was your job, 8 years ago? I'm like, oh, I worked with Joe and Candace. This is how we got our leads. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, why didn't I think about this? And so nobody else is doing it, not one person. And I'm like, boom, I'm there. But the point of that is all of those things, that was just perfect practice.
That's right.
And I didn't even know I was doing it, and it just prepared me for the greater.
Well, and we've talked about doing what God puts in front of you to do.
Exactly.
You did that when you were 16. You did that when you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
You did that because that's what God put in front of you, because it was for now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a really big key point to cover that I've said this before. There's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
It is very easy to get caught up in trends. Okay?
Yep.
Marketing, whatever. Getting caught up in the trends, getting whatever fad is out there, whatever, coach that's claiming to be a coach that ain't even done the dang thing, but they're going to all of a sudden have a coaching business because that's the catchphrase. Yeah. Listen, honey, you're a coach if you actually know how to do the thing that you are coaching to do, and you have done it
Yeah.
successfully,
Right.
and now you are coaching someone else to do it based off of your success. And if
Yeah.
you are, this is just my own personal rant. I'm sorry if
Go
it's
ahead
you.
with it, sis.
If it's you, don't get mad. Keep listening. You'll hear something else you like if you don't like this. But if you're calling yourself a coach and you ain't ever done the thing, you ain't coaching nothing.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I get it. You know, there are football coaches that are not professional football players, but they played football somewhere, or they wouldn't know how to coach it. Okay? They understand the game. You got to understand the game if you're going to be a coach. That's just a personal rant. But whatever trends are out there, absolutely take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Like, do it. But at the end of the day, the steadfast, true science of business is the same. There are only so many components
Yeah.
to business. There are only so many components to money.
Yeah.
There are only so many components to selling. Okay? There's the seller, the thing they're selling,
Yeah.
and the buyer,
Yeah.
and the conversation that happens between the two.
Yep.
That is
Period.
business. So, again, we're talking about negotiating. The communication skills that are required in negotiating, they don't really change. There might be like a new catchphrase, or let's replace. Language is big, right? Language is big. I guess we're going into a little bit of marketing. Language is so big in all things marketing and negotiation, right? So, I mean, I even remember studying, like, when you're negotiating, if you're in a sales meeting, make sure that you don't say, sign the paperwork. That just sounds so,
Yeah.
icky,
Yeah.
cringe, whatever. Replace that word with this word.
Don't say if, say when.
Yes.
Like
and
things like
all
that.
the little language, and that's all good and true, but what does that really boil down to is it's communication. It's framing someone's thoughts.
Right.
And so that's what negotiation really is framing the thoughts of the person that you are talking to on the other side of the transaction, and you're framing their thoughts to think about what you want them to think about, right? You recently acquired a business. We, a few years ago, sold a business quite a long time.
Yeah.
And it was a financial practice. It wasn't a, gumball machine transaction, right?
Right.
It was a big deal. And it was a big deal for the buyer. It is a big deal for us as the seller. It was a big deal for all of the clients who were kind of in the transition. It was a big deal for the team and the people that worked in the business, like yourself. And it was a lot of moving pieces to that negotiation, but at the end of the day, it was still a seller, the thing they were selling, and a buyer, and the communication between. And so I think that being honest and upfront and saying what you want and what you expect, those are my most important features in negotiation skills. I pretty much talk like that in every conversation I have.
Yeah.
I'm very pragmatic in my communication style. I think anybody who knows me knows that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give a bunch of fluff. I'm not going to try to manipulate things. I just get to the point.
Yeah.
So Joe says it like this, there are people who want to know, you've heard this, there's people who want to know how the watch works, and there's people who want to know what time it is.
Yep.
I want to know what time it is, and frankly, I'm probably going to tell you what time it is. But all the extra stuff, like, that's what you don't need in negotiation. It really comes down to being in that transaction. So what do you think about when, I know you've talked about negotiation in everyday life, now we've talked about negotiation for women. Is there any other aspect of negotiation that you feel is imperative for women in business or women in ministry, women in whether they're a stay-at-home mom, parenting, anything that we haven't covered? So we've covered, women in business, dealing with negotiations. We've talked about, perfecting our skills with negotiations. We've talked about negotiations being a part of everyday life. Do you feel like there's any part of negotiation that we haven't covered that we want to before we.
You know what? I don't think so. I mean, we really covered a personal business. I can't think of a another area that we missed. Did we talked about family with our kids,
Yeah.
but what are you thinking?
Well, I think that negotiations can come into other relationships. Like I said, I feel that like even in your girlfriend groups, there's negotiations going on.
Yeah, like where are you going?
Where are we going to eat?
Where are we going to eat? Where are we going to travel this year?
What are we wearing?
Where are we going to travel this year?
What are we wearing? How are we dressing today?
Yeah,
Like that is, I feel like we have that negotiation every time
we
we're going to
do.
meet up.
Yeah.
Are we? This
Like,
is this is the text. Are we being cute today?
yeah, I know. And usually it's like
No. Ours
we'll
are
be in
so cute.
Lux.
Athleisure.
Yes, all day long.
I'm wearing a ball cap.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we mean when we say
Something
are we being
stretchy.
cute.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's funny.
we're always cute, but we know what that means.
Yes.
So, like,
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm wanting to be all like, glammed up, and you're wanting to wear a ball cap, well,
We're going to negotiate.
one of us is going to look pretty dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we wear what we want, but I do feel like we try to match the vibe.
We do. Yeah, depending on where we're going or what it is. So,
or Mexican, and I want Italian. I mean, we're going to negotiate it.
and you know what? That's a really good. I mean, because that kind of goes into compromise, and
sure.
it takes that to even have a friendship. How do you have a friendship, a marriage, anything without negotiating and being okay? You know what I mean? Like it's really just compromise on
right.
on that front, but you have to have it.
You hear in sales and skills and training, you hear about a win-win situation.
Yeah,
and that's compromise in a nutshell,
yeah.
right? It's win-win. When we can find a way for you to get what you want, me to get what I want. Maybe it's not 100%. I think this is a big point to make about negotiating. Whether we're talking about in relationships, parenting, or an actual business transaction.
Yeah.
A real estate deal, you're buying a business. There is a level of compromise. And you have to prepare yourself beforehand and know what's my if I'm selling,
yes,
what's my bottom dollar? If I'm buying, what's my top dollar? You better already know that, because if you get into this, back and forth conversation,
yeah,
and you're not prepared, you're probably going to agree to things that might not be good for you,
right?
That you were ill prepared for, and that's messy. Like
that is messy.
That's messy. Now it's an integrity issue. Are you going to stick with what you said after the mood has left when you said it?
Oh, so good.
Because that's what integrity is, right? Like doing what we said.
Yeah.
After the mood has changed.
Yeah.
And so I think Joe says this all the time about marriage, and I think it applies to this conversation. You're never, until we get to heaven, you're probably never going to be 100% satisfied with anything you get on this earth. There's good and bad, right? In your relationship, he always says, like, if you're 75% happy with your spouse and everything, listen, girl, young ladies, listen to me when I'm telling you. He's hot. You think he's sexy. Yes. He makes a lot of money. You love where his career is going. He's so thoughtful. He buys you, teddy bears and whatever you want. He's going to fart. It's going to stink. He's going to snore. Keep you up at night. When you're 40 and you're already having insomnia and a night sweat and he's snoring, it's going to happen. This is the 25% that you are not going to be perfectly satisfied with.
Right.
It's called a compromise, right? The 75% is all the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's any transaction.
Yeah.
Right? There's going to be things that you're going to have to give on. I see people all the time who are too stiff in negotiation. They're too rigid. They have no compromise.
Yeah.
And they miss out all the time on good things because they're looking for perfect. They're looking for 100% what I want. So, a crazy Karen, I have I have
Yeah.
realistic expectations. You've got to come into any negotiation, whether it's with a 3-year-old
Mm-hmm.
that's going on 30, or what do they call it, a three-nager.
Three-nager. That's funny.
If
Yeah.
you have a three-nager daughter, you need to be able to compromise.
Yeah.
She can wear the princess costume to the kitchen table. Maybe not to your cousin's, black tie
Yeah.
wedding,
Yeah.
but you learn the compromise.
Yeah.
And that's how you have good things in life.
You have
If you're
to.
too rigid,
Well, and something the way while you were saying that about being too rigid and kind of so stuck in your ways, and you're immovable.
mhm,
Do you ever watch Shark Tank?
mhm,
I love Shark Tank. Me and Daniel watch it all the time. How many people have
miss
we
out.
seen go on that show
Mhm.
and get an offer, but they're like, "Ooh,
I
I don't
don't
want
want
to
to give
be,
up 30%
I
of
don't
that
want to give
company.
up." Yeah, buddy, they're gonna make
You don't have a
millionaire.
company. You're literally on here
That too,
asking for money.
and they miss out
70% of a whole lot is better than 100% of nothing.
yes, exactly. So it made me think of that.
Know your place. Like, understand if your expectation is reasonable or
Yeah.
not.
And that might be that's probably a problem with a lot of people have unreasonable expectations, and then you end up getting bitter and hateful at somebody when really you're the problem. Your expectations are the problem.
Yeah, your expectations were out of orbit. And, I think sometimes, especially when people are on the selling side of a negotiation, they think that what they have is worth.
Right.
Especially if it was something that was a labor of love,
Yeah, we hold that. You know what? In all of this, what we're talking about now, people need to learn to negotiate with themselves
Woo,
first.
say that
You know what I
again.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
talk yourself into, like,
Into
lay
reality.
it out. Yeah, lay out what it is, what would the pros and cons. It's kind of like writing out a list.
Do
like
that, Ben Franklin. Yeah, because that's how that's the story. Anyways, that's how he would make decisions. Literally, get you a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle.
Yeah.
The reasons why you should do it on this side. The reasons why you shouldn't on this side.
And that's called the Benjamin. Okay, look, you want to know where I learned that from? Because it wasn't called the Benjamin Franklin. I learned that from the Medea movie. I can't remember what it was, but Medea was like, write down all the stuff you like about him and all the stuff.
Whichever column is bigger wins. That's the way it goes. And like we said, there's nothing new under the sun, right?
Right.
So I think that is a great point. Learn to negotiate with yourself. And what you're doing by doing that is you're taking the emotions out of it.
Right.
If you go into a negotiation overly emotional, whichever side you're on, you're probably not going to be the winner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
True.
that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, reasonable expectations and not wild emotions and not into the territory of manipulation. That is a well-rounded negotiation, whether you're talking about a sandwich or a 7-figure business transaction.
Right. Yep.
So
that was good.
Ooh, that was fun.
I know. I love that. So I hope y'all learned something. Negotiate. It's not going away.
Practice. Get together. Like, have a girls' night and have chips and queso and
You should do that.
Chips and queso, mocktails, and negotiate. Role playing.
How fun! That sounds like fun to me.
Okay, well, we know what we're doing next weekend.
That sounds great. I mean, we kind of did that. I went to a retreat earlier this year, and they did something like that. Like, everybody sit down, and then you present, like, a pitch, and then other people, like, do the rebut. And it really helps because you're practicing. You're hearing what other people have to say when you say something, and that's really good.
Yeah.
I think we need to do that.
Definitely.
Calling all boss babes.
This is a random thought, okay? It's not really about negotiation, but everyone needs to hear it. Like, people who say that they're bored, like, you need to, like, open up the creativity in your mind.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I hear say that they're bored, they aren't successful at the things they want to be successful at because they won't step outside their, let's sit down on the TV or on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. We've got our shows. We do it.
Yeah.
But open yourself up to a new experience. Open yourself up to a new practice.
Yeah.
And, it's not boring. It's something new. It's something fun. And B, if it's going to improve your skill sets,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see success come out of it.
Yeah.
So I think that that's
That's
important. I hope that everybody has enjoyed listening to us talk about negotiation, sales,
Mm-hmm.
all the things. Um, we, I don't think we've mentioned it in this episode, but if anybody's listening and they have not subscribed to the Lux Life podcast,
Yeah.
wherever they're listening to us,
Uh-huh.
or if
Or
they're watching on
watching.
YouTube,
Yeah.
subscribe.
Yeah. Please
Subscribe.
subscribe.
That way, when we drop new episodes, you're going to know about it. You're not
Mm-hmm.
going to have to be like, oh, who are those two crazy girls going on and on. You're going to know about it, and you'll be able to listen. And I think it's going to be, you'll be glad that you did it. Let's just
Yeah.
say that. And then also, how to stay as part of our community,
Right.
to go to the luxlifepodcast.com
.com.
and join our email community.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Let's do it.
Get signed up for our emails. We'll send you an email. You can email your questions to us.
We want your questions.
Yeah, a lot of times we will bring a question from a listener,
Yeah.
or a viewer, and so we want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We've never had a show like this before, so we want to know what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, that's what girlfriends do.
That's what they do. I love it. Yeah. So email us.
Yeah. And follow us on social media.
Mm-hmm.
We're on all the
All of them.
platforms. The Lux Life Podcast. That's
Yep.
our handle everywhere.
Yep.
So find us, join the tribe, join the community. We'll be
Join the
online
fun.
besties.
Yes.
And maybe we'll post some stuff about negotiation this week on our social media.
That'd be great. All
All
right.
Well, we got to do it. Our little cheers.
Yeah.
So until next time,
Keep
it
it Lux.
Lux.